So Tyranids are often seen painted with flesh colours and bright coloured chitting, or off-whites with muted purples. Well, I want to try something different. So I started off over a white primer with Plague Bearer Flesh by Citadel. This is a contrast paint, so it's good to just get the coat on all in one go without having to worry about shading. Being careful not to let it pull too much in areas and also not leave any coffee stain anywhere. Then it was on the Fire Drake, which is like a reddish orangey brown, and I put this on all the chitting. I want this model to look like it belongs in a death world or a foresty kind of area, and these are the colours that I decided to go for. I'm just making sure again there that I wasn't pulling it too much, and now it's onto the Basilicanum Grey. For that, I'm just going over the claws and the hooves and those little tiny claws that are on the elbow joints. This is just to get rid of the grey, ready for the colour that it's going to be. Then, to pick out the many eyes this thing has, I went in with a hot pink colour. Now for the next part of the claws and the horns, I'm going over them with Dark Silver by Procreal. I really love the look of metallic claws. I think I got that from the Aliens film. Once that was dry, I then just edged out the highlighted the edges, with Bright Silver, or I think it's just called Silver, but it's their Bright Silver from Procreal, just to make those claws look more dangerous. So now with that done, it's nowhere near finished yet, but I wanted to get the basing done at this point, just because this basing stuff I use by Vallejo takes a while to dry, and it's just earth mixed with dark earth, about 50-50, and I just liberally put this on the base. While it's still wet or soft, I then got some of this woodland scatter from Geek Gaming. I can't remember what the exact name of it's called, but it's got like orange and green bits in it, and I just sparingly sprinkled this on the base in a couple of places, and I don't need glue because the base is still drying that basing texture. Now onto the cool part. I've got some Yoo-hoo glue in a bottle cap, and I'm just putting some on those tendril things that come out of the Von Rheinleper's mouth. I've seen this used a lot of times, but it's often used to wrap round all the claws, and to me it looks like they're getting ready to fire with a bow and arrow, rather than it looking like gore or dripping stuff. To this, I then mixed in some red Express colour by Vallejo, a dark red with velvet red, to try and give this the effect of blood. And once I thoroughly mixed it up, I painted this on the end of the claws, and the idea was not to go overboard with it, just to do the edge of the claws and just see what it came out like, really. I had a few dollops left in the pot, so I decided I'd try and make a dismembered organ or two on the base by putting those dollops directly on the base. Now I'm quite happy with that, so I'm just going to airbrush some blood spatter onto the model, and I'm just doing that by spraying some air with my airbrush over the paintbrush that I used for the Yoo-hoo glue, and yeah, it spread quite nicely. Now I'm quite liking it at this point, but it doesn't look anywhere near finished. But I'm going to base the rim now. I keep saying things backwards. I'm going to rim the base now by painting it black. Then it was on to varnishing the gore and stuff that I'd painted on, because that Express colour is extremely matte, so it dulled the shine of the Yoo-hoo glue right down, and I wanted the gore to look fresh and wet, so I went over it with Vallejo Mecha Colour gloss varnish, just doing all the claws and everywhere where there's blood, including that dismembered organ that I've kind of put on the base. Then it was back in for a brighter pink over them eyes, just to bring them out a bit more, because I felt like they weren't obvious enough. And then from there it was going around the model with a enamel wash called Green Brown by Ammo Mig, and this was just to really bring out the details, because Plague Bearer Flesh doesn't massively shade the recesses. It leaves like a weird greenish brown in the recesses, but nothing that is obvious, and I wanted this model to be very distinctive from the table. So this is what the final piece looks like. I hope you like. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.